Welcome back to Math Session. In this session, let's look on to the topic time. What is time? Let me put it in a very simple words to you. Time is the ongoing sequence of events that takes place. For example, ongoing sequence of events are what? From the time you wake up from the bed until you go to bed every day, every minute you will be having some work to do. You'll do some work, you will have some routines of doing your work. So each and everything is done according to the time. So that are the events, and we have past, present and future to predict the time. Okay, so for example, past is nothing but which you had done yesterday. Okay, the time which is already done, the work already you have done, you have finished, you say it as past. And the present is the present time. Now I'm recording your video, so this is my present time, right? And the future is what? The next day or the next minute after recording, what I'm going to do next, what I'm going to do for tomorrow. So that are the works which is done, which is planned out for tomorrow, will be the future. All right, next. And the time, the basic units of time are the seconds. They are calculated by the seconds. Can you see a very thin needle like hand which is moving continuously? So this is a second hand. And from second, we have seconds, we have minutes, then it goes to hours, then it goes to the day, and you have weeks and months and year. So thus it just keep on proceeding this time. And you remember, children, whatever time that is already gone is gone. You will not get back the time. So that is a reason you must have heard your parents and teachers telling, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. You do something useful, right? So the time which is moving now, the minute which is moved already from 8 to this thing, according to the clock face, you can see it next day, or after another 12 hours you will be seeing the same time in the clock face. But which is gone, you will not get back the same moment, right? So that is the reason we keep on saying you have to value the time. Fine. Now let us move on to this clock face. Okay, what do you see here? This is a clock face. This clock face can be in any shape. There is now I'm showing you a round circle shape, and we can also see a clock face with a square shaped also, and this is a digital time clock. Okay, this is a digital clock, and you can also see in the watches. These are the wrist watch, which is also used to measure this thing, time. Okay, so these are the basic the time is measured using clocks. So this clock was invented for us to predict it easily, to see the time easily. In those days, they were having the sun dials, and even the sun, okay, rise of the sun, they called it as early morning. Then the midday, when the sun comes in straight on your head, it is the midday. And then when it's just move on to the other side, that is towards the west, the sun setting happens, that is evening. And then when completely the sun rounds down, and then when it becomes dark, when you see a moon, it is called as night. So morning, midday, evening, there is a midday or afternoon, and evening, and you have night. So this is how from the clock face we are calculating the time. Now in clock face, let us see the parts which are used to calculate the time. Now can you see a short hand and the long hand? The short hand is called as the hour hand. What is it called as? Hour hand. Hour is the 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, like that. So we have totally 24 hours a day. Okay, and then another long hand. Can you see that long hand? This shows the minutes. Okay, these are the minute hand. So this minute hand will go for after this second rotates for one full round when it starts from 12, and when it's complete this 12, you can see this minute hand moving a minute, that is from one point to the another point. And in the clock face, children, you can also see one more thing. I told you 24 hours a day. How does that 24 hours a day is calculated? We say that earth rotates on its own, right? The rotation happens is when it rotates on its own axis, earth is rotating every day, right? It is just rotating continuously, not every day. It is just rotating continuously, and when it completes that one round of rotation, that is 24 hours. And when it completes, when it revolves around another object, that is sun, okay, when it completes its full round around the sun, the revolution that is called as revolution, and that takes 365 days and a quarter day. That is the 1 year, we call it as, right? So 1 year. So earth every day, it just keeps on rotating every second. It's continuously earth is rotating. That is why when the time goes, you won't get the time back, we say. So rotating, and when it completes one phase to the another phase, that is each and every part of the earth. For example, now we are in India and Karnataka, Mysore, right? So India, when our country face the sun, that will be the day, and the country which is on the other side, opposite side, it will have night time. For example, America, we can take exactly 24 hours difference we have. So that is night time for them. Now when we have daytime, they will be having night time. So every part, each and every country. So in that case, what happens? The time differs from each and every place according to the rotation. So now we are following a standard time everywhere. So that is a clock. That is the reason we are using clock here. And now in our this thing, we'll say that 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours, 4 hours, like that. So 24 hours. That is, we have only 12 numbers on the clock face. So what happens? This 12 is from 12 to full round of 112 is the 12 hours, we call it as. So that is for a day, one round, and for the night, again from midnight 12 o'clock to the next midday 12 o'clock, again one round, that is the 12 hours. So 12 plus 12, it is 24. So we say it as day and night together, it takes 24 hours to complete one day. Okay, I hope this is clear to you all. And then now look on to this. Short hand is the hour hand and the long hand is the minute hand. Now you could have observed in the same video itself, when I started, the time was sharp at 8, and this continuous movement has made this long hand to move till here. And now in the clock face, we are calculating. You can also recap the 5 tables which you have learned already. So from 12, if you say, according to this, from 12 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. But when you read the time, it is like 12. After 12, it is 1, like so 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. So each and every minute is calculated as 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th minute, you get another minute here. So that is 5 minutes. So from here to here, we have 5 small lines which says 5 minutes, and from here again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next 5th minute is going to be the next number which is showing here as 2, but when from 12, if you calculate, this is going to be 5 minutes, and from 1 to 2, when it moves, you say it as 10 minutes. So when you read the time, it is showing as the short hand is 8 hours, that is 8 o'clock, 8 hours and 10 minutes. 8 hours and 10 minutes. When it goes to the next smaller line, after it completes, you can watch. You can see this is slightly moving and it's going to go to this line. See here. Now let's see. Yes, now it has come to this. When it comes to 12 sharp, it is moving here. So it is now 8 hours and 11 minutes. 8 hours and 11 minutes. So this is how you start reading the time. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55 and 60. So from this what you come to know here, 60 minutes makes 1 hour. Okay. So this one again, small seconds thing is 60 seconds makes 1 minute and 60 minutes makes 1 hour. And 24 hours make 1 day. 24 hours makes 1 day. Okay. Now, without the clock dial, like you can also, when you look at this shorthand and a longhand, can you just imagine a clock here, and when these numbers are registered, without the dial, without the number mentioned also, you can say now the time is, this is showing what? Shorthand is towards 12 and this is towards, longhand is towards 9. So when it is 9, it is the 45th minute, right? So you will call this as 12:45. Now can you see here another example? So a pencil is the longhand and this pen is the shorthand here. Now can you just tell me which time it shows? Even without the numbers, you can actually imagine. So this is in the place of 2, right? So 2 hours hand, you will call it as 1, 2, 3 only. Okay, 2, and this one is straight towards the 12. So it is 2 o'clock. So when the long hand shows 12, it is o'clock, 2 o'clock you say. When it is the short hands, whenever you read the short hand, you will say it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 because 12 hours. Okay, 12 hours, 13 hours, 14 hours, 15 hours, like that 24 hours you will call. But whenever the long hand shows, it will go with the numbers from the 5 tables, that is 5, 10, 15. So for the minutes, you will calculate it using the 5 tables answer like 5, 10, 15, 20. And for the hour hand, whenever you read the time, it has to go with the numbers 1, 2. So 1, when it is in the 12, the long hand in 12 and short hand in 1, it shows 1 o'clock. Then it is 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock and 12 o'clock. So whenever it is midday, afternoon 12 o'clock, it is half a day is over, and when it goes again one round to the midnight 12 o'clock, one complete day is over. Okay children, I hope you understood. Now one more example. Can you see the short hand is on 12 and then this is in the place of 6. So the long hand in the place of, so you will read the time as 12:30. Next, and the other instruments, other things which we are using are the watches, that is the wristwatch, and this watch is showing the digital time. Even in your cell phones you can see digital time, and then this is for the convenience for small children to read the time. But this dial and this thing for the wristwatch and the wall clock is normally used. I hope you understood this concept of time and the parts on the clock face and how to read the time. In the next video, I will be giving you another activity about this time, and we will go further towards the days and the months. Thank you, children.